Ladies and gentlemen, Dallas police officers were told during the Amber Guyger trial there will be no days off. So they have to work all the way through that trial until it's over. This came out on WFAA 8 ABC. And they received a memo. In fact, two separate memos. Officers were told they will not be granted time off from the start of the Amber Guyger trial through at least October 7th. Dallas officers will not be allowed to request any more time off during the trial of fired police officer Amber Guyger, charged with murder in the shooting death of Botham John. Guyger's trial is set to start September 23rd. Guyger shot and killed John in his own apartment on September 6, 2018. Off duty, but still in her uniform, Guyger said she walked into an apartment she believed was her own and shot John, believing he was a burglar. Still ain't buying that story, Amber. In two separate memos, officers were told they will not be granted time off from the start of the trial through at least October 7th. Detectives were also told to have their uniforms, gas mask, helmet, and other gear ready. I don't think it's going to be, never mind. Terrence Hopkins, president of the Black Police Association of Greater Dallas, said the practice is common when there is a high demand for officers. The move is to make sure the city has enough resources to protect it, Hopkins said. Officers already scheduled off during that time period will still be allowed to take the time off, Hopkins said. Mm-mm-mm. Oh boy. Well, I sure hope this is a sign that there will not be a change in venue, ladies and gentlemen, because they desperately want to change this trial to another jurisdiction, and I don't think it should be changed. Botham John was killed in Dallas. He wasn't killed somewhere else. And number two, I really believe the only reason why they want to move the trial is to ensure the jurors look more like Amber Guyger, you know, and not like the people and citizens in Dallas, which I don't think should be allowed. I mean, I'm still not buying her story that she didn't know it was not her apartment. Number one, Amber Guyger had a dog. You didn't hear any dog on the other side of that door. You should have known something wasn't right. Number two, Botham John had a red carpet in front of his door. She didn't have that. She didn't have that in front of her door. And we interviewed True Royal and myself, we interviewed Bunny, and she said there's all kinds of indicators that tells you you're on the fourth floor, like any floor in there. You know, even getting on the elevator and coming off the elevator, it's marked. So you would have known what floor you were on. And number two, she parked on the fourth floor, which had no roof. She lived on the third floor. When you looked up and saw the sky, you should have known you were not on the right floor. You know, so there were too many indicators that could have told her. And I believe this was a deliberate act, but, you know, she's going to play up this. I didn't know. I didn't know. I thought this was my apartment. I mean, give it up, you know? And I don't like the fact that after she shot him, she didn't even give him first aid. She was too worried about losing her job and losing her apartment. She didn't even know how to set her priorities straight and deal with what was going on in front of her immediately. Okay, it happened. The trigger was pulled. Now help this guy. And the 911 operator, in my opinion, should have been fired. She didn't ask not one single question about Botham John. How old is he? Is he bleeding? Well, this is what you can do, until the ambulance get there. Nothing. Nothing. And Amber Guyger did not divulge any more information about Botham John. That whole phone call was about her. How sick is that? Somebody is dying right in front of you and you made the whole conversation about yourself. Just sick. But ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you think about this story. Well, I'm not too moved by this. Let these officers do some real jobs, do some real work, okay? Because they don't work hard. That's another thing they put out there all the time is how hard these officers work. Are you kidding me? I've seen cops sleeping in cars, sleeping in their squad cars. In fact, I lived at one point in time in a different part of New Jersey, and there were 5 cops that lived on my street. 5. One was about to retire. You know what he told me he did every day? He got in his police squad car and parked in the woods and slept in the woods all day because he was only a few months away from retirement. And I said to him, I said, what if there's any calls coming in? He said, let the younger cops go. I was like, okay. That don't sound like somebody that's working hard on the job. That sounds awfully lazy to me. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen, about this story. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.